Hi class, just a quick video to try to explain this report project that we have starting in this unit. So for this unit, you're going to be creating an annotated bibliography to support your report. However, I do want to look at the overall report just briefly to make sure that you understand what this annotated bibliography is working towards. So let's look at that first. So the overall report project is not due until the end of the semester. It's actually due, if we look over on our Blackboard site, April 29th. So you have more than a month until it's due. That is the final day for online classes for finals, so you're welcome to turn in sooner, but you cannot turn in any later than that day. That is the final cutoff. So the overall report is not due until the end of the semester, but what is it really? Well, if you go over to Unit 9 and then scroll down to the bottom, you'll find the assignment description in the assignment drop box. So down here, you will see that the report is actually asking you to write a approximately 2,000 word, which is somewhere around a 6-page report, relatively short. A report on the writing practices in your profession. The context for this is that the FIU English department is currently looking at expanding our major offerings because we're going to a different structure for our major. And one of the things that we're specifically doing is we're looking at expanding our writing classes for a range of professional writing. And we just want to know more about what is going on in professional writing in the area. So it seemed like a good thing to have you contribute to. So basically for this report, you'll be writing the professional writing committee in the English department, an approximately 6-page report that just talks about the practices of writing in your intended profession and makes some sort of recommendation based upon the information that you give us for how we should structure our curriculum. Now this can be a number of different things. It can be a suggestion to just change some of the focus in our introductory course. It could be specifically including a course in a particular practice. It could be ensuring that all of the courses have some practice in a particular area. It could be a number of different things, and it doesn't need to rely on your expertise of curriculum in general. I don't expect you to have that, but what I do expect you to have is by the end of this process an understanding of what the writing practices are in your profession and what you really need to be able to learn in order to contribute effectively to that profession. We can start ironing this out a lot more over the coming month and as you start moving into the report itself, but the first steps are really to get this research done. So to that end, I've answered these first two questions. Who's the audience? It's the English Department Professional and Technical Writing Committee. What's the purpose? To recommend some sort of focus or change to our curriculum. And how do you decide on your profession? Well, you could go about this any number of different ways. Generally what I'd suggest is choose something that you're interested in. So if you're specifically looking at going into nursing, or if you're looking to go into mechanical engineering, consider that as your profession. Another thing that you might do is if you have a range of different professions, so say you're just interested in engineering in general right now, you might try to figure out what would be easy to access information on. So this might be something to start turning to your home departments and asking them for alumni connections, for information on writing practices, for anything else that they can do to help you begin to explore this aspect of your profession. Okay, so the current project is the annotated bibliography. This is due in about 2 weeks. It's due at the end of Unit 7, which is the unit that we are starting right now. This project is only creating background secondary research. So basically what I want you to do is I want you to, before I get to that, you can find all of this by going over to Unit 7, scrolling down to the bottom, and you'll find the report project and the assignment description for the annotated bibliography down here. So, the annotated bibliography asks you to find at least 3 sources, at least 2 that are more in-depth sources, so not just a Time or Newsweek or something that's very kind of surface level. Find at least 3 sources and provide brief descriptions of them or brief summaries of them and brief descriptions of how it could be useful to your current research project. My main goal with this is to get you to do some background research and to have it be useful for you as you move into your interview in the next unit and as you move into writing your final report. So with that in mind, focus the annotations on what will be useful for you in terms of remembering the content of these sources and also remembering how you think you might be able to use them towards your project. So the format of this is just 2 paragraphs, and that's that summary paragraph and that reaction paragraph. The citation style here. Citation style I am not that particular on. If you are very familiar with the citation style, say Chicago or MLA, use those. If you're not familiar with the citation style, use APA. The reason why I say this is because I can give you the most direct support in using APA, and because it's a fairly widely used citation style overall. But you do need to use an official citation style. You can't just make up your citations on the go because it'll lead to inconsistencies and it won't support your future work. So it can be any citation style. I highly recommend APA. If you do not know APA well and you know something else well, you can use something else. So that's the brief introduction to this. Remember, we only have the annotated bibliography due this week. If you want to talk about sources, if you want to just run some sources by me that you found, if you're having trouble finding sources, try first. But if you have been trying and you're running into some roadblocks, you can contact me then, and we'll talk about different places that you might be able to look for them, or different resources that you can reach out to in order to help you try and find some sources for this. But realistically, this first step is just something to support your future work. So if you have any questions about this, obviously email me. We can start a conversation around it. And I hope you all have a good first week back from spring break.